for entertainment purposes only. And if you want true legal advice, contact your own lawyer.
You're listening to RadioLawTalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penney.
Radio Law Talk and RadioLawTalk.com.
All right, we're back. We're about ready to do. Don't do it yet, Cal. But Todd says we were going to do a TikTok dance someday. So those of you who don't know what that is, I know everyone's over 40 that listens to our show. We got to have to do a TikTok dance. Not now, maybe next week.
For the state or states.
Yes.
As long as we all sign waivers, because I'm pretty certain if the three of us or four of us, Cal gets involved, the four of us do one of those TikTok dances, I'm almost positive somebody is going to throw a hip or end up injured or something. So everybody's got to sign waivers, even though we know that those are easily gotten.
All right, Cal, let's roll it. Let's do this.
They'll be throwing up something. I'm pretty sure of that. All right, here we go.
Now it's time to play Case or No Case.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I take you as promised down under the sea. April 9th, 1963, a nuclear submarine with a new class of hull, the USS Thresher, got underway from Kittery, Maine, 8 o'clock in the morning to begin her initial post-overhaul dive trials. In the area east of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, the Thresher conducted an initial dive test, surfaced, and then performed a second dive to half-test depth. Easy for me to say. Then at 6:30 on April 10th, they started the serious business, the deep dive trials. Following standard practice, Thresher slowly dove deeper. As the Thresher neared her test depth, her nurse ship on top, the Skylark, heard this garbled thing that said something like, "Minor difficulties, have an up angle attempting to blow," and then an even more garbled message with the number 900. And the Thresher was heard from no more. And the issue is, nobody knows why. There was no further communication from the Thresher at that point. So a Navy captain many years later got curious about this and said, I know this is a nuclear submarine, there are probably some classified secrets, but we're not using that class of sub anymore. I want to know what happened. So he decided to sue that's not true. He talked about suing his own agency under the Freedom of Information Act to try to get the report on the sinking of the Thresher released. So I thought it was an interesting case, and so I thought it would be one I would share with you right here on Radio Law Talk. So, Denise, you have the lead in points. So I'd like to start with you, if I may. Denise has 12 points. Todd has 7. Fred has 7. Denise, go ahead.
But before that,
I thought I had 14. I got all three of them.
Who was the person?
Last time.
Who's the person that you were talking about?
I can find
the
his
Navy
name.
captain.
Just a Navy captain.
Just a Navy captain.
I'm not going to give you his name because it's interesting but not important to the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was looking into suing under the Freedom of Information Act to get information regarding what actually happened to this submarine.
There was a 900-page classified report, 900-page,
wow.
And he said, I want that report. I want to know what happened. I don't know if he had a relative on there. I don't know. But I know he was highly motivated to get to the bottom of that. So what do you think?
Well, it's definitely a possibility. And you can access documents like this, even classified documents, after a certain period of time by the Freedom of Information Act.
So,
it might be redacted. I think no case. And the reason I say no case, I'll tell you why.
Fair enough.
Because you corrected yourself and you said, he contemplated suing.
Well, that's because for this purpose of case or no case, I can't tell you that he sued.
Right.
So, Mr. Penney, what say you? Go to Denise's left.
Well,
case
the
or no
answer
case?
is, I don't know if there was a lawsuit, but you don't have to sue to make a claim under the Freedom of Information Act. So my answer is he did file a Freedom of Information Act. I don't know that he actually sued, so it's a true scenario. And but I don't think it was a case, but it actually happened that he did bring a Freedom of Information Act claim against the government to find out the information.
And what do you believe the result might have been?
The result was he got his information. That some of it was, he's not going to be able to if it's classified. But from the 1963, I think it's over with. So it's past its due, and he was able to get some, not all, of the information.
All right, Todd, what say you?
Well, Mr. Hunter, I just don't know how you sleep at night. I don't
Very
know.
well,
I am
thank
going to
you.
say, actually, I'm going to agree with Denise. I'm going to say no case, and here's why. Because I find it very odd that you made reference to a garbled message that said some reference to the number 900, and there just happened to be a 900-page classified report that they came up, and I think that's too coincidental to be a coincidence. You made it up. No case.
Now Fred's going, dang it.
No, I didn't say no, Cal. I said it was a scenario, never a case.
But no case.
Fred's over. I didn't take my hand off the rook. I can still change my move.
That's true.
So you're
No,
saying,
I'm just clarifying.
so you're
I
saying
said
it was no case.
I said it was a
Scenario.
So I tell you what I'm doing, Cal. I've got my foot in each side of the.
You're hedging a little bit, Fred. What you're
I'm
doing.
sitting on the fence. Go
Well,
ahead.
I want to know, case or no case, yes or no?
No, it's not a case, but it is a scenario.
And Denise, you say no case?
I said no case.
Todd, you said no case?
No case.
Okay, well, that's really fascinating. I love that when I listen to guys talk about all this. Those of you who say it was not a case, that would be all three of you. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, man. Dang it. I should have said case.
Not only was it a case, the government began to release portions of the report. The judge ordered them to release it 30 pages per month. So he's gotten 90 pages so far out of the 900, and still does not know the cause of the crash.
It only happened 3 months ago that he
Well,
made
it's
this
fairly
request.
recent. This
Okay.
article I read, so it's fairly recent, and I was just fascinated by the whole thing. That some guy said, "Listen, I want to know what happened here." Right?
That is a great case scenario
Yeah,
that
isn't it?
is
Yeah.
interesting for our listeners.
I agree.
And stumped us all. Almost didn't stump me.
I was close.
But
man.
see, I did say it was a scenario, true? So I was close. It's like it was a hand grenade, and it was like, or horseshoes, I almost got the, the ringer, but not
He's
quite.
trying to lobby his way into a point, a half a
Not
point.
going to happen.
Go to the website, radiolawtalk.com. That's radiolawtalk.com.